everyone, and welcome to Weekly Cooking with Becky. And I really hope you guys are having a great week. Please make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get all of the recipes when they come out. Feel free to head over to Facebook and follow me on Living Low Carb with Becky. What am I making? We are going to make a crustless pizza, a midweek kind of meal that's going to be chock full of protein. Okay, so what I've had going on so far is I've been browning a pound of ground sausage. It could be any kind of sausage. I use mild, okay? I use mild sausage. You could use medium. You could use hot sausage. You could use ground beef. If you're not a sausage liker, use ground beef. When you're done browning it, you want to degrease it. And then we've got, this is going to become the crust layer of the pizza. To this, I am going to add 1 cup of mozzarella and stir it through. And this shouldn't take too long at all. Once it's stirred through, I'm going to turn off the skillet. We'll assemble the pizza and it will finish in the oven. Now, anything that I do tonight, ingredients are optional. So, if you don't want turkey, use some sort of ground meat. Use a beef, use ground chicken, use ground pork. Just use something ground that when you mix the cheese in, I'm going to lower this so you can see it a little bit. Sorry about my hand there. You can see that the cheese is kind of melting through. It's going to all stick to each other, which is what we want because we don't have a crust going on. So this is just going to be that bottom layer that holds everything together. So some sort of ground meat. Now that I have 1 cup of cheese and 1 pound of meat all incorporated, and notice that I'm trying to put it together around the pan. Make sure you have an oven-proof skillet. If you do not have an oven-proof skillet, when you get to this phase, you want to go to an 8x8 or a 9x9 square pan and put this so that it goes to all the sides, because this is what makes the pizza. All right, so at this point, I'm going to get rid of this, my wooden turner that I have, and we're going to start topping it. And I'll give you some ideas of things that you could do. I'm going to make sure to include veggies because I don't want to make a side dish. So that's me. So to this, the recipe calls for half of a green pepper sliced. You'll notice I have diced red and green. I went to a pumpkin patch recently and I had some peppers left over that I didn't want to go bad, so I just chopped them up and put them in the freezer and said I would use them later, and I mixed my red and greens for the flavor. So you could do what I just did here, or you can slice up your own and put them in the long way. To this I'm going to add sliced mushrooms. It calls for 4 ounces. Now I will tell you, I have a daughter who is not going to touch these. So I am purposely not going to put it in one area. So if you have a picky eater, just skip one area of the pizza and it will work. So I may not end up using the entire amount, but in the part that I'm going to eat, I'll have the nutrition facts for you. But this is going to give you your veggies, so you don't have to worry about a side. Now, it makes 4 servings. That is what I'll also tell you. You're going to cut it into 4, so it's pretty big. If you come from a larger family, then just make a slice apiece, and then, I don't know, maybe a side salad or some cheese sticks that are low carbified. Just take some cheese and some pork rinds and wrap them up and air fry them, spray them with some no cook and air fry them, things like that. So you'll see that there's one corner, I wonder if I can hold it up. So I didn't quite use the entire 4 ounces. There's one quarter that has no mushrooms. That is going to be my daughter's area. I'm trying to make sure I've got it good for her, of the pizza. The rest, we're gonna have 4, so there's 3 of us. So my husband and I will eat off this side, she'll eat that, and that will be my lunch tomorrow. So, all right, we have this. Next, feels weird only showing you part of my face. I'm gonna see if I can just raise my face just a little bit and still have you see the pizza. All right, next to it, I'm gonna take another cup of mozzarella, and this time, I'm gonna just sprinkle it on top as if you're making your pizza, but it goes over the veggies, Now, let's say you did a ground beef and you wanted to make a 3-meat pizza. That's a very popular pizza these days. Then what you would do is you would take your ground beef and in the middle, do some sort of pork. Some people like ham for a 3-meat, some people like bacon for a 3-meat. You would put that underneath where my vegetables are. Or if you just want a sausage pizza, you're gonna just do that. So we have all of that. Now, I'm just gonna kind of spoon the sauce over so that it oozes through as it is cooking. Trying to make sure I pat it all in there so it goes down. So we're kind of covering up most of this. I am gonna put a small layer of cheese on top and I forgot to leave it out for you guys. I'm gonna have to get that real quick. That's okay. So far, looking pretty good. Okay. By the way, this is a marinara that is no sugar added. I have been reading posts about people who make traditional, I'm just trying to make sure that the pasta sauce is going to get through there. That's basically what I'm doing. I read some posts though that people like to add sugar to their homemade pasta sauce, and they say that it cuts the acidity of the tomato. So let me just be a little myth buster here. Sorry about being a myth buster. You're not going to cut the acidity of the tomato, of the tomato sauce. You're just going to make it sweeter. Tomatoes naturally have sugar in them, so when you buy a no sugar added sauce, you're just not getting extra sugar. You're still getting some sugar, which is why it's low carb. Let me grab some more mozzarella. I meant to have my extra right here for you. So anyways, you will still have wonderful tasting sauce because tomatoes naturally contain sugar. And I think sometimes people don't think about that. It's gonna be wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Now, I'm not gonna go as thick as I did before, just a light on the top. A little sprinkle here, a little sprinkle there. Just want it to melt through. Okay, now we're ready for our last topping. So I have made sure that mine's veggie packed because I'm doing it all as one. You could always, like I said, do some sort of ground meat layer, then in the middle do a ground pork layer, whether it's pre-cooked bacon bits if you want to save the time, ham, cut up ham, whatever. Then on the top, we could do the same thing. I'm gonna take away some of the calories. I'm using pepperonis. That's probably going to be way too many. But I'm using pepperonis, but I'm using turkey pepperoni. Your carb count will be exactly the same, but, and notice I'm the area where she is gonna be kind of full of pepperoni, just because it'll also help me when I take it out of the oven to know exactly which area is hers. And then I'll spread it out for the rest of us as I go dropping a piece. Oven is preheated to 400. like I said, using a skillet or transferring to a 9x9 pan and finishing this portion right there. There we go. I knew I had too many in my hands, but we love pepperonis in our house. Eat pepperonis and some cheese for some lunch with a side of a vegetable and you got your protein. This is gonna go into the oven for 20 minutes. That's it. You cut it into force and serve. I will see you and go over the nutrition facts at that time. All right, you guys, this looks and smells delicious. Let me go ahead and give you the nutrition facts really quickly based on how I made it. Like I said earlier in the video, feel free to use any vegetable, any meat that you want. Just keep the cheeses and the ground meat on the bottom as your bases and you'll have a great pizza. So for this particular one, using mushrooms, using green peppers, as well as everything else that I mentioned, it comes out to be 500 calories on the dot per serving, but that's 1/4 of your skillet because it only makes 4. So 500 calorie dinner. It's 4 total carbohydrates, or there's 1 gram of fiber, which makes it only a 3 net carb meal. There's 25 grams of protein, so it's gonna keep you full all night, or if you eat it as a leftover for lunch or whatever, it's gonna keep you full all afternoon. There is 44 grams of fat. That's due to a lot of the meats, but remember, it'll flush. So let me show you the picture of it. I'm gonna grab a fork. I'm not going to slice it on camera, but I wanted to show it to you right, the skillet, and that's why. Doesn't this just look like heaven in a dish? It just looks so good. So I am just going to really quickly for you guys, try to make sure I have a little bit. Oh, it's still steaming off of here. I hope I do not burn my mouth in this taste test. I got a mushroom, and I wanted to make sure I had a veggie too for you guys. So it smells good. You guys, YouTube needs smell-o-vision. That's all I gotta say about that. You need smell-o-vision. That is some good pizza. Guys, you're not gonna miss the crust at all, and you're gonna save yourself so much in carbs. And you can have pizza any day of the week, and it's healthy for you. So enjoy the skillet pizza, and I hope you guys make it soon. Bye.